Luffy and Koby arrive at the docks of Shellstown. Koby explains that the town is under the control of a marine base. They visit a restaurant where Luffy mentions Roronoa Zoro. The patrons react with visible fear at the mention of the name. Luffy then mentions Captain Morgan, and the people hide under their tables. Luffy and Koby arrive at the walls of the marine base. Luffy looks over the wall and sees Zoro tied to a wooden frame. Koby is shocked to see the famous bounty hunter in person. Zoro tells the two of them to leave the area immediately. A young girl named Rika uses a ladder to climb over the wall. Rika offers Zoro two rice balls she made herself. Zoro tells her to leave so she does not get caught by the guards. Helmeppo enters the courtyard with two marine soldiers. Helmeppo takes one rice ball and spits it out because it is sweet. He throws the food on the ground and stomps on it with his boot. Helmeppo tells Rika that helping a prisoner is against the law. He orders a marine to throw the girl over the outer wall. The marine tosses Rika, but Luffy catches her safely. Helmeppo leaves while laughing about his authority. Luffy enters the courtyard and speaks to Zoro. Zoro asks Luffy to pick up the dirty rice balls and feed them to him. Zoro eats the dirty food and asks Luffy to tell the girl it was good. Luffy and Koby meet Rika and her mother in the town. Rika explains that Zoro was arrested for killing Helmeppo's pet wolf. The wolf was loose in the town and was about to attack Rika. Zoro agreed to be tied up for 1 month to save the townspeople from trouble. Luffy sees Helmeppo walking through the town center. Helmeppo tells the citizens that Zoro will be executed the next morning. Luffy hears Helmeppo admit that the promise to Zoro was a lie. Luffy punches Helmeppo in the face for his actions. Helmeppo runs back to the marine base to tell his father. Inside the base, Captain Morgan orders his men to raise a giant statue of himself. Morgan strikes a subordinate who hesitates to follow a cruel order. Luffy uses his rubber powers to launch himself toward the marine tower. He accidentally grabs the head of the giant statue on the roof. The statue breaks, and the top half falls to the ground. Captain Morgan becomes enraged at the sight of his broken statue. Luffy finds Helmeppo inside the building and grabs him. Luffy demands that Helmeppo show him where Zoro's swords are located. Koby sneaks into the courtyard and begins to untie Zoro's ropes. Koby tells Zoro that the Marines plan to execute him tomorrow. Captain Morgan and his soldiers appear on a balcony overlooking the courtyard. Morgan orders the firing squad to aim their rifles at Koby and Zoro. Luffy drags Helmeppo through the halls to find the 3 swords. The episode concludes with the Marines preparing to fire on Morgan's command.